Welcome back. 5:14 is your time this morning, and after concerns over his health, South Korea says North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is alive and well. Rumors circulated he allegedly died over the weekend. Kim hasn't been seen in public since April 11th. North Korea has not put out a statement about his health.
It's the last thing they needed. People living along a 3-block stretch of Vine Street in Denver are working to buy new tires. Sunday morning, they woke up to find someone slashed them. At least 15 cars were hit. Some of the victims have been facing tough times because of the coronavirus, and now they have to find a way to get their cars fixed.
It's like we're already just dealing with just hard times anyway, and then you got people want to come up and down the street and slash tires.
One of our neighbors was crying. Unfortunately, he was sitting in his car crying because he was devastated, and he has a family to take care of and older parents to take care of. So it's difficult to see your neighbors struggle like that.
Absolutely devastating. A GoFundMe account has been set up to help the victims who have been furloughed. The account is called Flatten the Curve, Not Our Tires.
A pediatric health clinic has reopened in Brighton. The Kids First Healthcare Center is at Brighton High School. It can take care of infants, kids, and teenagers, anyone 21 and under. The clinic is open Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays until school starts back up in the fall. They take some private insurance, also Medicaid and the CHIP, but they are not taking care of COVID patients.
As our state rebounds from the pandemic, there's still a question about whether kids will be able to go to summer camp. Several groups have already started canceling camps, but there is an online option. Varsity Tutors will offer summer camps online.
Planning on week-long camps for a half day at a time with different themes to the camps, whether it's science and nature-based or performance, public speaking, drama, and the arts, whether it's arts and crafts or coding and Photoshop. Kids will have an opportunity to find a week that suits their interest.
So lots to do, but the best part, it is free. You can see the summer camp schedule and learn more on varsitytutors.com.
Many have been replacing what used to be parties with parades during the pandemic.
And this weekend, one Parker family gathered with the community to celebrate a day they thought they might never see. 1 year ago Sunday, 2-year-old Kennedy underwent surgery to receive a liver transplant. She had a life-threatening disease, and this was the only cure. Her family planned on having a party, but instead decided to celebrate with a parade, and they had quite the turnout.
This is what it's all about. This is why organ donation is amazing.
Amazing, really. I told Caitlin this morning, I don't think I'm emotionally prepared for all of this. I didn't expect the turnout.
It was an emotional milestone, to say the least. Even her donor participated. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very neat. 5:18 now. Let's send it back out to Lisa for another check of our Monday Oh, Yogi. Good morning, Yogi.
We have a rare 5 a.m. Yogi sighting. Normally he's now getting up at around 7, 8 o'clock. Good morning, buddy. Hey. We've got a beautiful day. It's going to be a great day to get out for a walk, leash up the dogs through your neighborhood. Very warm end to April. We're looking at 70s, even 80s all week long this week. Very few isolated showers expected, and I'll show you more on that coming up, and likely it's going to be more so in the mountains this week. Very dry conditions expected. It is 47 in Denver right now. We've got a southwesterly wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and it's pushing our temperatures well into the 40s, even 50s up and down the Front Range. We've got Commerce City at 46. Parker, you're right now at 43. It is 50 in Broomfield this morning. Really mild. We're typically looking at highs this time of year in the mid to upper 60s. We're going to be well above that all week long. Now, we're under a clear sky right now and expecting mostly sunny conditions today. There will be a bit more cloud cover tonight. As far as wind gusts go, it's been a little breezy in the foothills, but it's going to be pretty calm today. Tomorrow, you'll see on Futurecast how those winds will kick up, though, with a weak cold front. Today, though, look at this, 9:30, 10 o'clock, we're in the low to even mid 60s. The mountains are going to see a really nice warm up early on as well. 3 o'clock, mostly sunny, mid to upper 70s for highs. And then overnight tonight, you'll notice some of those increasing clouds and a very slim chance of picking up a quick stray shower across the northeastern plains. Then tomorrow morning, really nice, 8 o'clock on Tuesday, we're in the mid to upper 50s. And then we're going to see highs in the low 70s tomorrow afternoon. It'll only be a few degrees cooler tomorrow, but you'll notice those winds really kicking up, especially from Denver north to Fort Collins, and then they're up along 76, Greeley to Sterling. It is going to be with this weak front just a touch cooler near Sterling and Akron with some 60s tomorrow afternoon. 7-day forecast, though, is unreal for this time of year. We're looking at upper 70s today, low 70s tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, most neighborhoods are going to be a little closer to that 80-degree mark. That's warm, but Thursday's even warmer. We're closer to 90 on Thursday. I think one of the biggest concerns this week will be because it's so warm, it's so dry, and the winds are going to pick up at certain times. Fire danger could be pretty high, and we could see some fire weather warnings get issued a little later this week. Even into the weekend, Jason, look at the coolest day on this 7-day forecast is Sunday with a high of 70.
Looks pretty nice, yeah, and I've already seen a couple of the hummingbirds. I saw them out this weekend, so they are coming back, so you can put your feeders out. Right now, we have a good drive going on for most of us. Take a look at high 76 right there at 270, and so far, so good, even though I'm expecting to see some more traffic and a little bit of construction-related traffic around 88th Avenue, but so far, it looks okay, and a fair amount of traffic right there. Take a look at I-70. We have some freshly paved lanes on both the east and westbound side, and we have some road work that is lingering out there, but I'm not seeing, as you could take a look on the map, any big delays because of any of the work that's lingering there on I-70. So it looks okay with the travel times in around 10 to 15 minutes. No delays to or from the Denver Tech Center. That looks pretty good. We'll take a look at C470 for you coming up in just a few minutes. We could see a little bit more traffic in Douglas County, but it looks okay for right now.
Many of our pets have gotten used to us being home a little bit more. When you do finally head back to work, how you can prevent them from developing some separation issues.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Plus, expect to see more electric scooters on the streets in Denver today.
And one fast food chain is helping our healthcare workers here in Colorado.
Get Denver 7 News updates on your Alexa-enabled device. Add the Denver 7 News skill in the Alexa app, then say, "Alexa, what's my flash briefing?"
Friend?
It's so funny. Rolling. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It is 6 a.m. and you're watching Denver 7 News. Colorado's stay-at-home order has ended. Businesses can begin to reopen across much of our state.
3, 2, 1. But most of the metro, God, that was awful.
Oh, Jesus.
Rough.
Take
Went on
two.
a bender
Ooh.
this weekend. 3, 2, 1. But most of the metro remains closed. We're live with details on what is and what isn't going to be open.
Plus, hospitals band together to urge one Front Range county to remain closed.
And 3, 2, 1. And we introduce you to the Mask Warriors, making a special impact on our community. (6:30) 3, 2, 1. Right now on Denver 7 News at 6:30, as businesses start to reopen in Colorado, our governor is worried about a second wave of COVID-19 cases.
3, 2, 1. Not everyone is on board with the safer at home order. Colorado hospitals are banding together against counties starting to reopen.
And 3, 2, 1. Plus, couples are getting creative to celebrate their big day.
3, 2, 1. And Dr. Rouse with the Human Grace Project gives us a lesson in a Japanese concept, giving a new reason to live. New reason to live? I have no idea what I just read, but okay, that's it.
Have no reason.
Welcome back. It's now 5:24. Most pet owners are spending a lot of extra time with their animals over the past month, but experts say it's important to prepare them for when you do go back to work. Behavioral experts say pets could develop separation anxiety post-quarantine. If you've only been leaving the house to go on walks with the dog, try going on one without them. Consider giving a special treat or toy to your pet when they're alone as positive reinforcement. It's so they have something to look forward to.
Scooter company Lime will redeploy some of its fleet starting today. The company pulled the scooters 3 weeks ago because ridership dropped. Well, now Lime will offer a discount for healthcare workers, saying the goal is to help essential workers dealing with reduced public transit options.
KFC is feeding local healthcare workers and first responders. Nationally, KFC is giving away 1 million pieces of chicken. And here in the metro area, it's been donating food to first responders like the Thornton Fire Department. And the company has donated meals to workers at Children's Hospital Colorado, Anschutz Hospital, UC Health Broomfield, UC Health Highlands Ranch Hospital, and many more. KFC is also donating money to feed school kids and donating leftover food to local food banks.
Another food processing plant in Colorado is forced to close because of a coronavirus outbreak.
Plus, construction on 2 alternative care facilities wraps up this week, but they aren't ready to open just yet. You're watching Denver 7 News at 5:30. Colorado's stay-at-home order expires.
So what matters a lot more than the date that the stay-at-home ends is what we do going forward.
The concerns the governor has as part of the state moves to a safer-at-home phase.
Plus, hospitals join forces hoping to convince one Front Range county to stay closed.
And a Colorado couple is unable to see their newborn twins for weeks because of a coronavirus diagnosis. But this morning, the family is finally waking up together.
Being comforted like my babies are okay and they're finally coming home.
Quite the feeling. Welcome back to Denver 7 News. I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Brian Sanders. Want to start you with a live look from our Lookout Mountain camera this morning. How about this beautiful Bronco sunrise to start our day?
How about that?
Check in with Lisa in her outdoor weather center where it is going to be a nice warm week ahead of us. Lisa.
No jacket this morning, although I think I could use one. Probably the next hit, there will be one on. It's a little chilly this morning. We're in the 40s. Very mild start, though, to our day. And take a look at the hourly planner. We are in for what's going to be a gorgeous couple of days. Extremely warm for the end of April and the 1st of May. We're going to be at about 70 degrees by 11 o'clock this morning. So if you do want to go out for a run, do it early because it's going to get pretty toasty this afternoon. Mid to upper 70s between about 2 and 4 o'clock. Denver's going to hit a high right around 80. Same thing there in Keensburg. Look at the high country numbers. Highs in the 60s today. Mostly sunny today. Yesterday we had quite a bit of cloud cover. Today you're going to find quite a bit more sunshine, already getting a gorgeous hint of that sunrise. And then even warmer toward the end of the week. I'll show you when we could hit 90 degrees here in Denver. Jason, coming up.
It looks pretty good, Lisa, across the roadways. Most of the overnight construction has been picked up, but there's still going to be some lingering work around, including up on Highway 36. Right now, as you take a look at the drive across downtown, it looks pretty nice. Whether it's going to be here at I-25, right across Mile High, the north and southbound side, but you can see a fair amount of traffic already out and about as folks are at it early this morning. Now take a look at C-470, where it looks still pretty light, but we'll see how much more traffic there's going to be in Douglas County as they have their stay-at-home order lifted just a little bit. Take a look at the overall map up to the north side. There is that work on Highway 36 right by Pecos. No big delays right now on I-70 as we had some paving work on the overnight hours. Looks okay for right now.
Guys, taking a look at the latest coronavirus numbers here in our state. Colorado has now hit more than 13,000 confirmed cases. That's up 473 since Saturday. 680 people have died and close to 2,500 people have been hospitalized. As Colorado begins to rebound from this pandemic, today the state moves into its next phase, the safer at home order. While most counties in the metro area have extended their stay-at-home orders through May 8th, a few are taking the next steps toward reopening today, one being Douglas County. And that's where we find Denver 7's Nicole Brady. And Nicole, what businesses will reopen today?
Not a lot, Molly. This is a very, very soft and slow reopening, even in Douglas County, which is following the state's order right now. One of the things that businesses can do today is offer curbside pickup. So places behind me like a jewelry store or a toy store that were not essential retail before can now do that curbside pickup. But again, a lot of this is going to depend on if the businesses themselves want to do this, if they want to put the effort into reopening right now, and if they feel safe doing so. You know, we already saw this weekend in places like Georgia, where they lifted a lot of the restrictions and are even allowing dine-in restaurant service and gyms and salons to reopen. Not all of them necessarily reopened in Georgia. And those kinds of places, those absolutely are not reopening here in Colorado today. So under the governor's new executive order issued yesterday, the one thing I said that can resume today is curbside or pickup or drive-up pickup for retail. Also, non-elective surgery, elective surgeries, can resume at medical and dental facilities. Starting Friday, non-critical retail can start allowing customers into stores with very strict social distancing guidelines in place. Essentially, they'll have to follow what places like grocery stores are doing right now. And that also means on Friday, places like barbershops and salons can open. And then next Monday, May 4th, offices in non-critical industries can start allowing up to 50% of employees to work in the office. But again, a lot of places have extended their stay-at-home orders beyond next Monday, May 4th, a lot of them going all the way through the following week. Those include places like Arapahoe and Adams counties, Boulder counties, Jeffco, and Denver. Now, I will say in some of those counties, they are going to allow the curbside pickup for retail starting today. So you might want to call ahead if you have a place that you're interested in and see if they're offering those services starting today. As for what curbside pickup even looks like for non-essential retail, because I can't really imagine, ordering clothes like that or things like that. Well, Texas actually started doing that this weekend, the curbside pickup for retail. And a couple of places that were open in malls, Dillard's, GameStop, Vision Plus, and Vitamin World. So like if you need eyeglasses, I guess, and you haven't been able to get those for a while or have had some trouble getting certain things online, maybe the curbside pickup for some of these retail establishments will help you out. But call ahead. Again, that's my tip. We're live in Douglas County this morning. Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
Well short of what we're used to, and it will have to stay that way for a while as some counties transition to this safer at home approach. Governor Polis admits social distancing will last for months. He told CNN this weekend the stay-at-home order has been effective in flattening the curve, but says there could be a potential spike in cases later this year.
Is that what matters a lot more than the date that the stay-at-home ends is what we do going forward and how we have an ongoing, sustainable way, psychologically, economically, and from a health perspective, to have the social distancing we need at workplace, where people recreate, and across the board. Otherwise, if we can't succeed in doing that on an ongoing basis, the stay-at-home was for nothing.
Which is the last thing we want. Governor Polis says Colorado will likely be social distancing for months until there's a vaccine or a cure.
Yet another Colorado food plant is forced to shut down after an outbreak of coronavirus. Our partners at the Denver Post report the Leprino Foods cheese factory in Fort Morgan will be closed for at least 5 days to get all employees tested and for a deep clean. The plant wouldn't say how many employees have COVID-19, only saying it is a high number. Meanwhile, the union for the JBS meat plant in Greeley reports a 5th employee has died from coronavirus. We reached out to JBS but have not heard back. Employees just went back to work Friday after the facility was shut down for 2 weeks.
Commissioners in Weld County have rolled out what they call a safer at work order that begins today and allows all businesses to decide whether or not to reopen today. But not everyone is on board with that decision, including 4 Colorado hospitals. They sent commissioners a letter this weekend practically begging them to reconsider that order. Denver 7's Micah Smith joins us live this morning. And Micah, how are commissioners responding to that objection?
Brian, Weld County Commissioner sent us a statement saying they've always been big supporters of the healthcare community, and they wish they would have been able to have a conversation with the signers of the letter before it was released. Now, the letter expresses concerns about the recently announced Safer at Work plan Weld County commissioners drafted, and it suggests allowing businesses in Weld County to reopen while trying to limit indoor group sizes to 10 or fewer and posting warning signs for seniors and those with compromised immune systems. 6 healthcare workers, or officials that is, signed the letter in response to Weld County's plan, saying in part they acknowledge that economic hardship is a serious challenge, but it also says that the immediate threat of death needs to be further mitigated. It states, in our hospitals, we have never before seen numbers of patients relying on ventilators to stay alive. The county commission responded to healthcare officials' concerns by saying they discussed their plan with Governor Polis on Friday night and plan to follow CDC guidelines. Commissioners say the governor will make sure the county has resources to continue fighting the spread of the virus. Commissioners say they did not close businesses and cannot reopen them, and that the best practice guidelines for businesses reopening was a plan. It was not an order. Reporting live, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Thank you, Micah. Starting today, by the way, the city of Wheat Ridge is requiring everyone to wear a mask while inside a business. The new order will last through the end of May. The city manager says it's to help keep employees and customers safe.
King Soopers is partnering with the Colorado State Emergency Operations Center for free drive-through testing. It'll be held tomorrow and Wednesday at the 5th Street Garage on the Auraria campus in Denver. You must be registered to get the test, and you can do that through the Kroger Health website. Weld County is also offering free testing in Greeley through this Thursday. Today, the Colorado Convention Center's transformation into an alternative care site is expected to be finished. However, it won't be open until May 15th. It was originally expected to have 2,000 beds. It has been scaled back to 600. Meanwhile, the ranch in Larimer County is also being transformed into an alternative care site. It's expected to be finished Wednesday, but also won't open until May. The number of beds has also been scaled back from 1,000 to fewer than 200.
This probably won't be surprising to you, but mountain lodging took a big hit back in March. Lodging occupancy was down nearly 54% in March compared to a year ago. That means a lot of people left or even canceled before Colorado's stay-at-home order went into effect March 26th. April is down too, and even more so at about 95%.
It's being promoted as the largest of its kind in Colorado. Today, the Broncos are partnering with the Food Bank of the Rockies to set up a mobile food pantry. At least 3 refrigerated trucks and a team of volunteers will help set up and distribute grab-and-go food boxes for 2,000 families in need. No word on if any Broncos players will be there to help out. Having a baby should be a moment of pure joy, but right now there are a lot of worries for new parents.
Yeah, we brought you the story of a Denver couple who both tested positive for COVID-19 while expecting twin boys. Kat Garcia ended up having an emergency C-section before her condition worsened.
When her babies were born, she was not able to hold them out of concern they could pick up the infection. Well, nearly 3 weeks after the birth, the Garcia family is finally back together again.
It was just really depressing and kind of overwhelming, just not being able to have my sweet boys in my arms and to have that experience with them.
They can start making memories now. The couple says the joy and peace they feel is helping turn the page on an otherwise painful chapter in their lives.
Look at them holding hands there. So sweet.
While students learn from home, they still have a chance to gain college credit from their AP classes. How the tests will be modified this year.
Plus, getting married over a Zoom conference call. We spoke with one couple determined to celebrate their big day.
Plus, this year's NFL draft is in the books. What Broncos head coach Vic Fangio says their next challenge will be.
We're going to turn off the race.
Welcome back. It's now 5:45. Today marks the start of off-season training for the Broncos. Denver used the NFL draft to seriously beef up its offensive options, and now head coach Vic Fangio says the challenge is to get the young players working well with quarterback Drew Lock. That's no small task when you have to meet over video call.
But we're going to be aggressive to push the limits of this teaching situation because it's critical, especially for our offense and our quarterback, as you mentioned, with Drew putting in a new offense. So we're going to make the most of it. I'm sure that some of it's going to be trial and error.
The virtual draft threw a lot of technical curveballs for coaches. John Elway's camera took on a mind of its own at one point, making him disappear. And Patriots head coach Bill Belichick brought in some expert advice. His dog Nike showed up to help him make a pick.
Welcome to our world. School is a key part of our rebound, and even though kids are out of school buildings right now, the people behind the AP test have figured out how to give the exams this year. Those tests will start May 11th, and students will be able to take the test online using a computer, a tablet, even their phone, or just handwriting their answers and sending them in.
Typically for an AP exam, usually there's a combination of free response questions along with multiple choice. This year it will be focused on free response questions so students can put their best foot forward, best work on paper, on a tablet, on the phone, so that they can actually close that loop on getting that college credit and placement.
Although I hear the groans from students right now. Hundreds of colleges have said they will use the results of these modified tests to give students course credit and placement in certain classes.
Since schools have transitioned to remote learning, some aren't taking attendance. Instead, they're tracking engagement. Colorado's largest district, Denver Public Schools, says each school is tracking engagement. It did not have district-wide statistics yet. Jeffco Schools says it's at 92% engagement. Douglas County Schools did not release statistics, only saying they're monitoring student participation and reaching out to students not engaging with learning opportunities. Papa Murphy's Pizza wants you to know we're open, Colorado, and it offers something fun for the kids. It's called the Mini Murph. It's a pizza kit for kids to make their own pizza, and they have to do a little work with the dough.
A dough ball is a lot of fun because that allows the child to roll it out and make it whatever shape they want. And then they get to go ahead and put whatever toppings they want to their liking. And it's just such a great fun project for the kiddos to do.
Brian is wanting to do this with his kids this next weekend. Papa Murphy's is donating $1 for every Mini Murph's pizza kit sold online to No Kid Hungry. Money will go to emergency grants to help schools and community groups feeding kids during the pandemic.
Guaranteed that dough will end up in their hair. As we approach wedding season, couples are wondering what to do about their big day.
When the coronavirus threatened to cancel a local couple's wedding, they got creative. Brandy and Cole Poland said, "I do" in a hotel room with family and friends watching on Zoom. Even the pastor joined the wedding online.
Although the day wasn't anything like the one they envisioned, they still said it was perfect.
Well, everyone will remember this time too. So, you know, it's going to be one of those things where it's like, yeah, in the middle of all that, we got married.
There was a brief moment of panic when the computer froze during the ceremony. But we know Cole and Brandy will be sharing this story for years to come. So congratulations to the happy couple.
Hey, it's got to be cheaper too, because you don't have to feed all your guests, right?
As long as the video didn't pause during the "I do" part.
Yeah, the key part. Do you? All right, let's send it out to Lisa for another check of our forecast.
Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. This is the view from Lookout Mountain this morning, and it's a little breezy up and through the foothills, but you can't beat this sunrise. And our sunrise officially at 6:03 this morning, and it's obviously going to be a bright one. We've got clear skies, and it's going to be a really warm end to April. Yesterday, we hit highs in the low 70s. Today's going to be a few degrees warmer. In fact, we're looking at 70s, even 80s all week long, with very few isolated showers expected. Right now, Denver's at 44. Erie, you're a little cooler, 38, but look at Broomfield coming in at 50, and Highlands Ranch right now, 47. Compared to yesterday at the same time, it's just a couple of degrees cooler, but we are looking at a really big warm up again here in the next few hours. Skies are clear, and across the state, we're going to be under a mostly sunny sky today. And again, when you take a look at Futurecast, you'll see just how fast that warm up happens. This morning at about 10 o'clock, we're in the mid to even upper 60s near Denver, low 60s near Fort Collins and Greeley, and 40s in the mountains. Lunchtime, low 70s, and then highs today right around 77 to near 80 degrees. That'll be between about 4 and 5 o'clock. Those winds will start to pick up more so tomorrow. We're going to see some breezier conditions. You'll see that here on Futurecast. A very, very slim chance of picking up any isolated showers, though, late tomorrow. And by about 4:30, we're going to be in the low 70s. So breezy and a little cooler tomorrow afternoon. Still well above normal, though. We're typically mid 60s this time of year. So upper 70s today, low 70s tomorrow, and then close to 80 on Wednesday. The two warmest days on our 7-day forecast, Thursday and Friday. We're talking mid to even upper 80s both days, close to 90 degrees as we head into the weekend. A little windy though, and as those winds pick up, I'm fearful that fire danger is going to be quite a bit higher, so we'll likely see some fire weather warnings a little later in the week. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Open up Jason's mic. I'm going to wait to see if I can hear it. Jason, ready? It is...
Trivia time!
Trivia time! Did we get it? That was pretty close. It was pretty close. It is trivia time, and take a look. Here's a look at some of the numbers that we typically see in April. Again, normal highs mid 60s. This could be a record-breaking April. The warmest day ever in April was 90 degrees. That was back in 1992. We could hit 90 on Thursday. If that's the case, we would tie that warmest ever day, Jason. If we get to 91, obviously we'd break it, so we'll see just how warm it gets by Thursday.